Well, there's a new thing everyone's outraged about, which I think surprises pretty much nobody. And you know, the best thing about outrage culture is that it doesn't really have any long-term effects. It's just sort of an agreement that everybody has that they're all gonna get really upset about something for a few days, and then after a while, they're just not gonna care about it at all anymore. Remember iDubbbz TV? He was a KKK Grand Wizard according to a lot of media outlets and a lot of people on social media. Well, nobody seems to care about him anymore, nor do they care about Uber, aka the Alliance of Drivers Against Arabs. The righteous fist of internet outrage has moved on, and where it's moved on to is PewDiePie. He is, if you don't know him, the most popular person ever to grace YouTube's presence. If you don't know him for that, you probably know him for this racist tirade he had a few months ago.
If you get raped by a pack of niggers, it'll be your fault.
Wait, no, not that one. It's a different one. It's just as bad. I promise you, it's terrible. You will be shocked and appalled.
Oh! 18, nigga. All right.
You see, I warned you it was going to be terrible. He probably set back civil rights a couple of decades with that one right there. Well, based on these prior events, it probably doesn't surprise you at all that he has fucked up recently. How is he fucked up? Well, I'll show you this video here.
I like the editing.
Subscribe to Keemstar.
If you don't understand what's going on here, long story short, what he's done is he's used an internet service called Fiverr to pay these two Indian men to hold up this sign for a joke that I think is supposed to be at the expense of Killer Keemstar, but honestly, I think the joke is on the Indian guys, because both of them were fired from their jobs. Now, I know you probably feel sorry for them because they lost their jobs holding up a sign that they clearly don't understand the meaning of. But I wouldn't be so quick to have any pity for them. After all, they are accepting money to hold up signs that they don't understand at all. Don't you think that maybe they could assume, and I know it's hard to believe, but don't you think maybe they could assume that possibly, maybe some of those signs are a little bit offensive? I know, it's a crazy world we live in. Well, either way, these two men have lost their jobs so that PewDiePie could make a pretty childish joke. But it is completely worth the entire ordeal just to watch the apology video that the two guys made.
I am not lying. Seriously, I don't know what the juice means while making the video.
Isn't it great that they clear that up? For a second there, I was worried these two guys were going to send my favorite content creators, Ethan and Neela, to the death camps. As I said, the joke wasn't very funny, and a lot of people seem to agree with me. It seems that most people thought the joke was a little bit less on the hilarious side and a little bit more on the anti-Semitic side. So his network, Maker Studios, has decided to part ways with him. That's despite the fact that he did delete the video and apologize for it. Now, Maker Studios is owned by Disney, and I know what you're thinking. Well, Disney is a very respectable company. They're very liberal, they're very progressive. They don't want to be associated with somebody like that who would be so racist, would they? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Thing is, Disney has actually had a kind of racist past. They have some World War II propaganda movies, like this one here. I think it's called Donald Duck Gets PTSD, something like that.
Hello, please. Master shooting the rope right in the center of the middle, just like the Lone Ranger. I did it!
That did exist at one point, and Disney has, like PewDiePie, deleted them and hoped everybody would forget about them.
Also, oh, I beg my pardon. I bow my stomach at you, very reverent. That's all right. Happy cherry blossoms to you, please.
But you know what? I don't think Disney ever really apologized for this specifically tasteful depiction of a Japanese man right here. Regardless, at least Disney was responsible enough to delete those videos. You know, they wouldn't want anything racist like actually hanging around, and they wouldn't want to be caught still profiting from that, would they?
No dance. Oh, get him firewood.
My God, Disney, so you're saying we did the Wounded Knee Massacre, and you're just rubbing it in with this right here. So I'm gonna call out Disney on their hypocrisy. You'll cut your ties with the most popular person in YouTube's history, but you won't cut ties with Donald Duck? You have to pick one side of the issue, Disney. I know what I'm doing. I'm nitpicking. I'm finding tiny little instances in the long history of this really great company, and I'm trying to defame them for that. It's not like anyone hugely influential came out of Disney and was racist or anti-Semitic. It's not like they have a racist or anti-Semitic person as the face of their company the way that PewDiePie is. It's not like they're named after a racist or anti-Semitic person. Right? So all I'm saying, Disney, is I know you wanted to make some meaningless gesture to stick up for the Jews, but honestly, this is just becoming ironic. What do I personally think you should have done? Nothing. I don't think that anybody should ever be punished for making a joke, and that's all that it was. It was a bad joke, so if you think the joke was bad, leave him a comment, unsubscribe from him, give him a dislike, I don't care. But trying to silence somebody for making a joke is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, I might add, actually, Maker Studios still employs iDubbbz TV, and I don't know if you heard about it, but there was a little bit of drama a couple of weeks ago. Here, I'll show it right now, right here.
Say nigger!
But hey, you can't fight them all, can you, Maker Studios?
Fuck!
Good boy.